All right, howdy folks, and welcome to Gridiron Live. Today we are going to continue once again our ESPN NBA Tonight 2002 Raptors franchise mode. So we were on a 4-game winning streak, but unfortunately Detroit proved to be too much as they beat us by 2 points. So that puts us at 4-3. Next game is against another strong team, Milwaukee, and then after that, another strong team, Cleveland. So we have 2 really strong games, including Detroit, that we just played. But before that, let's go ahead and roll the intro.
The right to bear arms is guaranteed in the Constitution, sir.
We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a goose.
Roger Vick pounded his way for 11 yards and a touchdown after taking...
We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy Hun bastards by the bushel.
Alrighty. So there's nothing in the free agents. I already checked. So this is actually quite a strong series of 3 games here. Detroit, Milwaukee, and Cleveland. All are strong games. And then after that, we finish this 3-game streak with a game against Atlanta, which shouldn't be that difficult considering the previous score. So let's go ahead and jump into Milwaukee. That's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, the standings. So Milwaukee is currently number 2 at 4-1. Cleveland is number 3 at 5-2. Detroit was number 6 at 4-2. And we are currently at number 13 at 4-3. So we're probably close to the middle of the league right now. So we're looking to get into the top half. So we're going to get this game underway. And let's see who our starters are. All right. Just as a reminder, we are playing in coach mode, or as coach mode, as this game will let us get. So looks like Kenny Thomas is in poor condition, but Scottie Pippen, Vince Carter, and Howard Isley are all 3 in excellent condition. So we should see some kind of performance increase from them. I'm going to turn the game audio down just a smidge.
Tonight's matchup is between your Toronto Raptors and the
Because I noticed it was a little bit too loud
And now for the PA announcement.
upon watching the last stream. So we are back at home against the Milwaukee Bucks. Don't recognize any names of these Bucks so far. I like how they have the home team pre-game show a little bit with the lights and everything. It adds a cool level of immersion a little bit, I think. So Scottie Pippen we picked up for pretty big trade. Keon Clark, we gave him some goggles, so he's out there looking like the Hamburglar. And we got Vince Carter. All right. Let's get into the game.
We are underway. And the Bucks get the ball. Alston. Mason. Robinson.
Oops.
Mason with the jumper. Scores the first 2-pointer of the game. That was an easy
All right,
shot.
so Milwaukee scores first. Here comes Howard Isley to Vince Carter to Pippen, who shoots and nails it. Just like that, we are tied at 2 points.
Dribbling up the floor. Mason.
Alston to Mason, and he shoots, and he sinks it.
Straight butter.
Straight butter, according to Stuart Scott.
The Bucks lead by 2. Dribbling up court.
Let's see what Isley does. He gives it to Pippen. Pippen to Carter or Clark, and Clark gets it in there. Hopefully he finds some newfound clarity with those goggles.
Moving up. Allen.
Allen to Alston.
Into
Alston to Mason. Back to Robinson. He shoots and he misses.
Gobbles up the rebound.
Here's our first rebound. See if we can score off this turnover.
Puts up a 2 with a turnaround.
And we do.
Got it.
That kid is off the chains.
How's it going, Patrick G. Mafia? We are currently up 4-6 on Milwaukee. And Milwaukee is, I think, number 2 in the league right now. So
Mason.
things are looking good so far in the first quarter.
Allen passes it into the with the swipe. Knocks the ball loose. Shoots the jumper. Thomas.
Must be the new goggles that Keon Clark is sporting.
Pippen.
You remember that?
Isley. Carter.
I'm doing just fine.
Fires it with the 2. In the last season, he had a shooting percentage.
A lot of consistent scoring so far.
Mason. Batee. Allen. Mason. Robinson.
Robinson shoots, misses,
Yes.
but they still get the rebound.
Moves up. Carter. Pippen.
Carter to Pippen, back to Howard Isley, to Carter, back to Pippen. What's Pippen going to do? A couple spin moves.
Clark.
Gives it to the big man Clark, who gets it smacked away. Still 8-6. Goggle power, no doubt, says
Down by
Patrick.
2. With the 10-footer. The rebound by Rose.
Well, he's currently on the bench, so
A minute and a half remaining in the first.
we'll get more of that goggle power once he gets back onto the court.
Hinges.
The Bucks now have 8 points.
Here's Willis. Sometimes I forget how
Pippen.
old Willis is.
Isley brings it in himself.
Quick score by Howard Isley there.
The Bucks down by 2. Batee with a reverse jam.
You know what, Brent? My man can flat get up.
The Bucks now have.
Luckily, we were able to get that rebound earlier. So as long as we keep scoring, we should keep the lead.
Isley passes it into Carter.
Team spreads the ball well. Yeah, they seem to do that.
Brings it to the attack court. Caffey.
They're passing the ball too much. Somebody's got to shoot.
Get out of the way. Here comes the power slam.
Seems like everyone gets enough touches for everyone to get a couple points.
The Bucks lead by 2. Nesby.
So it's usually
It rolls out.
Pippen,
Raptors should
Carter,
rotate the ball
or
better and get everybody
Isley that
involved in the offense.
scores the most points.
Caffey. Batee with a reverse dunk.
You know what, Brent? That slam could have broken the basket.
So we got Nesby in there for Scottie Pippen. Or not Scottie Pippen.
Isley.
I guess Nesby replaced someone else.
Only a few seconds left. Willis with the 8-footer.
Uh-oh, Willis misses that shot. That gives him a chance to score.
That should count.
And they don't.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Okay, so we're down by 4 points. Could be worse, right? I want Clark back in there. See, Nesby, I mean, I guess he's still a forward, so I guess he can play power or small. I think Pfizer can play center too. Yeah, the computer has put him in at center a couple times. So, I mean, overall wise, he might be a better backup than Willis. Just judging off of their overall rating. We need to give him minutes. Willis can sit on the bench after that miss. Yeah, I think I want... Maybe Clark should be in there for now. And when he gets tired, maybe throw Pfizer in there. Mr. Draco Malfoy. And Isley is still at an 80. So I think we're good. So just one switch.
We are ready for the second quarter. The Bucks up by 4. Clark. Isley. Clark. Isley. Clark. And throws
Here's
it in.
Carter. Back to Isley, who hasn't moved. Here he goes.
He better let go of the ball.
Yeah, he saw that opportunity and scored quickly.
Down by 2. Moving up. Mason. Rose. Mason.
I think Isley really knows how to find those openings.
Finds his man in the paint. Allen. Around the perimeter to Rose.
Ooh, they sink that one.
Too much passing around.
The Raptors down by 4.
Scottie Pippen. Back to Clark. What's he gonna do? He shoots. That was off target, but it's picked up by Nesby.
A foul is committed.
A little massage on that one.
Nesby will go to the foul line.
Let's see.
He makes the first.
Easy shot there. This should bring us within 2.
With the follow-up jam.
It's missed, but who is that? Clark?
Sports Center.
No, that's somebody else.
The Bucks.
Not a bad idea putting Nesby as power forward once in a while. He's big enough, you would think.
Batiste.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I kind of overlooked the fact that they were both forwards, and I guess I don't know too much about basketball positions, but I would think that you can kind of interchange
Into Caffey.
power forwards and small forwards.
Back out to Rose. The shooter.
That's a 3.
The Bucks lead by 3. Nesby. Isley. Nesby.
Nesby shoots, and he misses that one.
Moves up. Mason. Rose. Passes the ball into the paint. Allen. With a
Oh,
thunderous
they
jam.
dunked that, so now we're down 5.
Stuff.
The Bucks now have 20 points.
You can no problem switch SF and PF as long as a lot of NBA teams do it.
Pippen.
Okay.
Nesby.
That gives me a little bit of roster freedom,
Knocks the ball loose.
knowing that I'm not, you know, messing up the roster like
Lead
that.
by 5. Caffey. With a cross-court pass to Allen. The rebound to Carter. Pippen. Gets the ball in the paint.
Come on, Nesby.
With the defensive rebound.
That's 2 shots that he's missed in a row, I think.
Rose. Pippen picks off the pass.
Good interception by Scottie Pippen there.
Isley. Pippen. Denied.
That's his second block of the game.
Isley. Pippen. Isley. Clark. Gets it
A lot of very technical passing going on. Clark makes that one. Very nice.
Full timeout by Milwaukee.
They call it small ball. I've never heard that term, small ball.
The Bucks lead by 3.
You mean that's when they switch those 2 positions or something else?
Potapinko. Allen. Rose with the 22-footer, and he puts it in gently. The Bucks lead by 5.
Oh, come on, Ogman. That was your score right there.
Around the perimeter to Williams. The rebound by Allen. Potapinko. Rose.
Milwaukee seems to do well scoring from the outside.
And throws it into the paint. Back out to Caffey.
Is he going to shoot?
Looking for the open man. Rose swats it away.
Boom, huge dunk. That's not good.
And he slams it home.
You know what, Britt?
2 second, 1 second.
So
Oh,
that's the end of the
what
first half.
is that?
The Bucks 24, the Raptors 17.
Okay, so we're 7 points down. So we're 7 points down. Only shooting 47% of the field goals. And they've scored more points off of the turnovers, which kind of explains their 7-point lead. Scottie Pippen, not quite ready. Got Howard Isley still recovering. We're definitely going to get Vince Carter back in there. Yeah, we got Carter in there. Pretty sure we did. Yeah. Computer likes to take him out a little bit too early. I don't think they realize that Carter just never gets tired. I've never seen him below an 80. At least very rarely. He like recovers as he's getting tired. It's crazy. Who's this? Kenny Thomas. We'll get Thomas in. All right. So we got Magic Goggle Clark back in.
In the lead by 7.
The Hamburglar.
Carter. Thomas. Great rejected.
That's his first block of the game.
Passes it into Augman. Thomas.
Somebody has got to make a move to the hoop.
There's Kenny Thomas scoring.
The Bucks.
So
lead
we are within 5.
Allen. Into.
We're gonna need some defense here, though.
With the spin. With the 10-footer. Swish.
You know what, Brent? My man has wheels.
Moving up. Clark. Carter.
Vince Carter to Augman. Augman shoots and scores.
The
So
Bucks lead by 5.
Augman was a recent free agent signing.
Caffey.
Good to see him scoring points.
He follows up nicely.
He leaped over everybody to get
Still
that ball.
can't get out of that
And he's
7-point
shooting
difference.
50%. Thomas. Williams.
We still have 3 minutes left in this quarter, so there's plenty of time.
Passes it into. Oh, they got the game face
Oh
on
man,
tonight.
we lost the ball again, so that's going to put us, if they score here, which they do, that's going to put us at 9.
Nice dime.
The Raptors.
Starting to slip up a little bit here now.
Williams swipes the ball away. It's good.
That was an easy shot.
Back within 7.
The Raptors down by 7. Caffey passes it into the lane. Oh, baby, what a dunk.
He really took that one square.
So far, he is shooting.
Milwaukee is not
5%.
going to be stopped on offense easily.
The Raptors down by 9.
Yeah, we do need to make a move soon.
Carter. Thomas. Carter. Williams. Augman. Thomas. And he spins. Clark.
Here we go, Clark.
It's time to get something going. Let's see what they can pull off.
Still behind, what, 7 points? Yeah. We got Scottie Pippen and Howard Isley coming
Lead
back
by
in.
7. And he brings it up court.
Hopefully that turns into points
Ostertag.
and turnovers, because we actually need a few turnovers.
Ostertag with the swipe.
There's one.
Picks it up. Isley.
Can we score here?
Carter. Isley. Pippen.
Pippen to Thomas.
Isley. Pippen.
Here we go. Boom, Scottie Pippen with the dunk.
He's just showing off now.
It's getting airborne.
Ostertag. Potapinko with the off-balance shot.
Potapinko
Can't keep him off the
misses,
glass.
but
With the
they
two.
still
Somebody put
score.
a hand on that guy. Something, please.
The Bucks lead by 7
Not a top team yet.
and throws it into the paint. He got it.
Maybe we're not a top team.
Ostertag. Rose.
But I mean, we
The 22-footer.
had trouble with Detroit, and I think Detroit right now is
The
number
Raptors
6,
Down by 7.
and Milwaukee's number 2.
Gets the
So
ball out to Pippen. He follows up nicely.
maybe we're
The Raptors now have 31.
not quite a top-rated team.
Mason cuts in.
Still need
Knocks the ball
to kind of
loose.
get over that hump in the middle.
Mason. Abdul Wahad. Spikes the ball away.
But we're definitely in a better position than last season. 'Cause I think we were dead last or second to last.
The Raptors.
Now we're cruising at about middle of the league, which
And
isn't
he
bad.
brings it up court.
It could certainly be worse. That's for
Only
sure.
A few seconds left. Takes the ball past. And with the layup.
Again, Howard Isley finding the pathway to the basket.
The Raptors down by 3. Puts up a shot as time expires. That signals the end of the third quarter. And we
Okay.
have a close game on our hands.
7 or 8 seed team. Well, there's still a lot of basketball left to be played, so we're going to see how that turns out. Clark's a little tired. I guess we can... We'll put Clark, or we'll take Mr. Draco here. Give Clark a little bit of a breather, and I think everyone else is good. Let's see how long Pfizer stays in before the computer takes him out.
We go on to the fourth quarter. The Bucks up by 3. Sends it out to Rose. The rebound to
Good clawback.
nails it to.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're still within 5, so
All their weapons out on the court right now.
at least we're playing them relatively close.
The J.
Pfizer with almost a 3-point range right there.
And it's a 3-point game again. Dribbling up the floor. With the swipe.
Come on, Pippen, do something.
Mojo.
Carter. Thomas.
I think we could have rushed to the basket there, but
Isley.
oh well.
Pfizer with a big time block. Pippen.
Pippen,
Pfizer. Pippen. Carter
let's do something here.
will let it go with the clock.
We needed that score.
The Raptors down by 3. Rose. Robinson. Rose. Nothing but
Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
So far he has scored 10.
Work your magic, Draco. Let's see.
Carter. Isley. With the spin.
Isley doing the tornado to get around him.
Lets it go. Gets a deuce.
As cool as the other side.
It's kind of funny how if you look at the ball closely, it looks like a bag of Jello, like a water balloon.
The Bucks lead by 3.
It's kind of funny.
Finds his man
I'm
in the
pretty
paint.
sure the ball doesn't do that.
Batee. Mason. Batee. Ball with a 3-second violation.
Okay, do we get the ball back here? I think we do.
Allen comes in for Abdul Wahad.
We do. So we have a chance to score, to tie, although we probably won't get the 3.
Isley.
We can just get a 2-pointer.
Carter. Thomas. Back out to Isley.
Come on, guys, we have to score here.
Gets the ball in the paint. Pfizer.
They're passing the ball too much. Somebody's got to shoot.
Puts up a shot with the
Boom.
down. And he
Talk about magic.
And the Lord said you got to rise up.
So we're within 1 point.
The Bucks lead by 1. Robinson. Allen. Batee. And with the reverse dunk.
Oh, yeah, y'all.
That was a
Just
quick
check out
score.
the elevation.
And it's a 3-point game again.
Still within 3, so we can tie it up on a single score. We'll have to see what happens.
Thomas. Finds his man in the paint. And with the jumper. Gets it to
What?
He must be butter, 'cause he's on
Dang,
the
that's his 6 points so far. Some lucky bounces right there.
the Raptors. Down by
We're still
1.
within 1.
Batee.
Need to take the ball back here.
Robinson. Rose. Robinson. Rose.
Come on.
Allen. Batee.
Get some defense.
Somebody has got to make a move.
There we go. Come on, Pfizer.
Thomas. Pfizer. Around the perimeter to
Come on.
Isley. Finds his man in the lane. The final minute.
What's he gonna do?
Back out to
Uh-oh.
Isley. He follows up now.
Does that count as a 2 or a 3?
Now that's what I call some serious home court advantage.
I don't know, but we're up by 1 point.
Lead by 1. Batee. Mason. Around the
Get some
perimeter
defense.
to Batee. Robinson.
It'll be easier if we can stop him here.
Allen. Batee. And a defensive foul is
Okay.
on Carter.
Anybody got an idea about the purpose?
Q Richardson is in. They took Carter and Isley out. That's probably a mistake in the final 30 seconds of the game.
Kicks in his first.
All right, so it's tied. Hopefully they miss this one. And they don't.
You know what, Brent? These are the biggest free throws of his career.
If we can keep it and then score at the last second, we might win this. It's anybody's ball game right now.
With the 22-footer. Batum cleans up the glass. So far in the game, he has
Come on.
6 rebounds.
Okay, I think we got a little bit lucky there. We got a break.
Toronto.
22 seconds. Put Carter back in. Pfizer's out. Come on.
The Raptors
20 seconds.
down by 1. 20 seconds. Williams. Clark.
We can walk off the field right here.
Williams. 10 seconds.
Come on.
With the 22-footer.
Yikes.
Robinson.
We could have done better than that. That was a mistake.
Robinson.
Ah.
That's the horn. This one's over.
Out of all the people to shoot that three, it was not Clark.
And the Raptors lose a tight one. Stewart.
I tell you what, yo, a couple more games like this, and I won't ever have to cut my fingernails.
We're not looking for moral
This is
victories,
the type of
but
game that the fans come out to
I
see.
mean, this was a winnable game all throughout, just like the Detroit game. We lost that one by 2, and we lost this one by 1 point.
So the final score is
And arguably,
43.
we beat ourselves there at the end.
This is Brett Musburger. Good night, everyone.
But
You've been watching ESPN.
one of our players
the
probably
world
made a
leader
bad
in
decision
sports.
by trying
For
to
more,
shoot a
log
3
on
when
to
we didn't really have to. We just needed
You're watching
2
the
points.
NBA on ESPN.
So Keon Clark was our big scorer there. A lot of 8 points. So very even tonight. Keon Clark, Kenny Thomas, Scottie Pippen, Howard Isley, and then got Pfizer there at 6 points. Nesby scoring 1 point, probably off of a free throw. Jerome Williams 2, and Kenny Ogman 2, or whatever his first name is. It's not Kenny. Well, that puts us on a 2-game skid, although, I mean, they were against 2 very good teams. Carter stunk. Good nucleus with the team. Yeah. Carter's the best player on the team, but he doesn't seem to score the most all the time. Turn the page. That's right. So we're playing Cleveland next, and right now Cleveland is seated at number 1. So we're kind of having a difficult stretch of games here. Detroit, Milwaukee, Cleveland. After that, we'll kind of take it down a notch against Atlanta and Cleveland. But now we're back to 500. Let's see if there's any goodies in the free agency. I probably check this more than I should, but occasionally something to find. Yeah. Not much there. So after that loss, that puts us at number 18. Alright, so let's just go right ahead and go into the game against Cleveland. So rank-wise, This will be our hardest game because Cleveland is number 1.
Good evening, folks. Live from Cleveland. It's the NBA on ESPN.
So we are in Cleveland, Cleveland, Ohio.
Right is Stuart Scott. Tonight's matchup is between your Cleveland Cavaliers and the visiting Toronto Raptors. And now for the PA announcement.
There's the home team introductions. The hated Cleveland Cavs.
The game is about to start.
Here we go. Need a win here for sure. Yes, we do.
Now the ball goes up. And the Cavaliers get the ball. Langdon. Sundop. And he spins.
All right, so we get a bit of a break here with an out of bounds.
Clark. Isley. Finds his man in the paint. Isley. Clark. Thomas. Get out of the way.
But I think we did play Cleveland a couple weeks ago, and I think we did beat them. So although they might be number 1, maybe they're not
Miller.
as difficult of a team.
Langdon. Miller. Langdon. Denied. Murray. Miller.
So we've beaten them once, I think, already.
Put up a shot.
Gets his shot.
And denied 2 times in a row.
Moving up. Carter. Clark.
Here comes Clark with the dunk.
The backboard didn't break with that slam.
Boom. He can see clearly.
The Cavaliers down by 4.
Got that power vision.
Langdon. Miller. Murray. To the hoop. Oh, my. The Cavaliers down by 2. Thomas. Isley. Gets the ball in the
Scottie
paint.
Pippen to Isley. To Clark.
Isley. Thomas.
Come on, it's time to get something going. Let's see what they can
Pippen shoots. And
Nicely.
He leaped over
does that count as a Pippen score? I don't know.
Langdon.
Guess not.
Knocks down the 12-footer. The Cavaliers down by 2. Carter passes it into.
In Toronto for sure.
2.
all that in a bag of
I
chips.
think the trade deadline passed. You will have to check that. Regardless, the team made a move. You will see.
The Cavaliers down by 4. Sundop. Mim. Shoots.
Yeah, it's a little tough to trade, which makes sense. You know, you gotta give the other team something that's worthwhile.
Thomas. Clark with the 10-footer. Kisses the ball off the glass.
Word.
The Raptors.
But yeah, it seems like
10 points.
some of our best acquisitions are in free agency after the draft,
Mim.
just because
Murray will let
some
it go.
teams start getting rid of players,
Dribbling up the floor.
and then we can find someone who needs a team.
Clark. Isley.
And if you're not at the top of the draft,
Isley.
you're probably not going to get
Thomas.
starter caliber players. The only exception to that is if your team is kind of hovering at around 70 or sub 70, because there's a couple teams right now that are like that.
The Raptors lead by 4.
So the draft is really helpful for them, getting starters right away.
Miller passes the ball into the paint.
Maybe cut cap and go after a big free agent.
They're passing the ball
Yeah.
too much. Somebody's got to shoot.
Yes.
Hello? Somebody, anybody, put a hand on that guy.
Yeah, usually free agents,
Now have 8 points.
the best ones that I've seen so far are
The rebound to
they're around a 70,
not much time to
sometimes a couple points above 70.
go. Gets the ball out to Murray.
And
It's good.
He must be butter because he's on a roll.
but once you have 70s, a lot of 70s, that kind of loses its value. Then you start trying to
Tied at 10.
acquire, like, higher rated
Sends
players.
the ball into the paint. Off the glass.
That seems like it's more difficult. You kind of have to give up
Now have
to get a
12
lot,
points.
at least in trading.
And he brings it up court.
But it's a little hard to stack your team. You just kind of have to
Murray
keep the ones you want for a long time, let them develop.
Williams pulls it down.
Shoots from
It's
half
the end of
court.
the first quarter.
Not bad. So at the end of the first quarter, we are up 12 to 0, 12 to 10. I mean, I kind of want to see Pfizer again at center. Let's get Carter back in. I think that'll do it.
The second quarter on the way. The Raptors in the lead by 2 with the J. Jones reels in the
One
ball.
thing that I could see possibly working is
Jones. Sundop.
kind of hoarding like a couple 70 rated players
Jones.
and then using that as collateral for a higher rated player.
The game is tied at 12. Thomas.
You would have to, you wouldn't be able to sign them for very long. It'd be like 1-year contracts, 2-year contracts.
By 2.
That way you can keep more of them on your team, and then,
Miller.
once you find someone that you think you can get, you can offer them
Gobbles up the rebound.
2, possibly even 3 players like that.
Pfizer with the spin. Thomas sends it out to Williams.
Don't know if that strategy would work though.
The bucket counts, and he will shoot from the line.
He got his PhD, his player hater degree.
Draco had his breakout game last game. Let's see if he can add to that. We need to win most of all though.
He got it in the last season. His
Yep.
three-throw percentage was
And it seems like we're
83%.
doing all right now. Up 5.
Jones, Miller,
Yeah, Cleveland so far seems to be, not as hard of a team to play against.
wide
They just
pass
kind
out
of
to Langdon, and throws
numerically
it in.
fell into number 1 slot. But the game's not over yet, so we still have to see how that goes.
The Cavaliers.
Computer takes
down by
Carter out
3.
again.
2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Nesby throws up a tough one.
Come on,
Goes
Richardson.
for 2. Scores a 2.
Easy score.
The Raptors now have 19 points. Dribbling up the floor. Langdon. Murray. Into Sundop. Jones.
To get a little bit of a cushion there in the score.
Around the perimeter to Langdon.
Another break, we get the out of
Comes in
bounds.
for Pfizer.
And Pfizer's out.
The Cavaliers down by 5. Dribbling up court. Clark.
Boom. I wish we could set the substitution frequency.
Down by 7.
I might be able to do something like that.
Jones. Passes
I'll have to
the
check
ball
the
into
settings.
paint. Clark reels in the ball.
Draco demands the ball. I like that. His overall will go up easily.
Williams
Yeah, there's...
knocks
Ooh.
in a 2.
That was a great
That was a two-pointer, but he shot from almost the three-point line.
Sundop
But yeah, the player development...
passes it into Murray.
I don't know how that works in this game. If it's just random, or if it's based off of playtime, or if they have like a hidden attribute that says how
Sends the ball into the paint. Gets
how
it
much they go up or down. They're based on
The
age.
Raptors lead by 11. Sundop.
I just noticed that their overalls change.
Sundop with a 15-footer. Got it.
Like Vince Carter, last season he was like an 80 something,
The Raptors
and now he's a 90.
lead by 9.
So it definitely goes up.
And he spins. Look out
Big
below.
dunk by Tyrone Nesby.
witness from the congregation.
The Raptors
Boom.
now have 27 points.
All right, so now we're up 11.
16, 27, Toronto. Jones, Langdon, Sundop. Around the perimeter.
Right now we're showing that we can play with the best. It's just some teams are a little bit more stacked than others.
Back out to Miller. The rebound by Clark.
Good rebound by Clark.
Williams, Nesby. Gets the ball out to Clark. Passes it into the lane with the jumper. He doesn't get the roll. He follows up nicely.
Nice.
Tell you what, he doesn't give it a second thought.
Almost double the score of Cleveland right now.
Langdon with the 3. Oh, baby.
Well, they score that one, so that's 10 points at halftime.
The Raptors 29, the Cavaliers 19.
Great half on the road, I think so. Now we're shooting 70% field goals. Haven't wasted any possessions with three-pointers. A couple points off of turnovers. I'm also not sure what home court advantage comes out to, but kind of cool that it's there anyway. So I might be able to change something in strategy settings. Substitution requests manual. What does that mean? Auto manual. Condition. Career. Late substitution soon. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it means. I guess I could try this out just to see what happens. Condition. I don't know. Don't know what this means, but this is the stuff that I don't even understand. Let's see. Let's get Augment in there. Visor.
Now we head on to the second half. The Raptors.
Okay, so we're up by 10.
Pfizer. Richardson. Sundop.
And we lose the ball right off the bat.
Into Langdon. No, not this time. With a reverse slam.
Jermaine Jones gets a dunk.
Could have broken the basket.
And
The Cavaliers down by
my
8.
subs have been switched.
Clark finds his man in the lane with the off-balance shot. It's good.
Kenny Ogman, that's his name.
They're just running them.
And he brings it up court. Jones. Miller. Passes it into Langdon. Defensive foul by Williams. Langdon will go to the foul line.
Let's see if they miss at least one here.
Puts in his first.
Nope. Got to give him some mojo. Some juju.
And he gets both of them.
Hey, that's his shot.
This season he has a free throw percentage of 87%. Passes the ball into the paint. Sends it out to Isley. Scores it.
Kenny Thomas scores.
The Raptors now have 33 points. Jones swats it away. Murray
Favorite TV show of all time.
gets called for an offensive foul. Ogman goes to the bench.
Oh,
Pippen
man.
is coming back in. The Cavaliers.
It's kind of hard to say.
Moving up. Pippen.
I'm actually not big into TV shows just because I feel like they drag on sometimes.
Clark.
I'm more of a fan of
Langdon
miniseries
doubles up the rebound.
that are like 8 or 10 episodes.
Sundop. Miller recovers the ball. Miller.
I don't know if I can confidently point out my favorite TV show, but there are TV shows that I like a lot.
Into Sundop.
Um,
Down the 12.
one of them is Battlestar Galactica, the reimagined TV series.
Thomas. Williams.
I've seen that one quite a bit. I think I've seen the whole series. There's like 4 seasons or so. I've seen the whole series twice, but that takes a while.
Cavaliers down by 10.
I also like
Miller. Sundop. Miller. Sundop.
what else
Sends the
is
ball into
there?
the paint.
I like HBO John Adams was a pretty good show.
Brings it to the attack.
HBO Rome was a very good show.
Around the perimeter to Isley. He's just totally unconscious.
So I can't say which one's my favorite, but I just know that
Points.
there's a few of them that I really like. And then there's like episodic stuff,
38. Toronto.
like I don't know, something stupid like Family Guy.
Passes it into Jones with a reverse jam.
I'll tell you, bro.
But I do tend to like stuff that's a little bit shorter, a little more contained. I don't like stuff that
Throws up a tough
is just carried on and on and on and on. It feels like it never ends. Some shows can do that better than others, you know.
Jones comes in strong, brings it in himself.
That was a great shot.
But I do like Battlestar Galactica a lot. Pretty good show.
Thomas, Clark, Isley, Pippen, Clark.
The Twilight Zone was also, I guess, technically a TV show. Although I like the Twilight Zone.
42.
I've seen the Twilight Zone more as a radio drama because I used to listen to the radio dramas a lot.
Williams,
But they're all based on the TV show, so.
Pippen, Passes the ball into the
Hard to say what my favorite is. I just know that there's a lot of good ones.
So far in the game, he is shooting 80%.
I will have to check that out. Battlestar Galactica, Twilight Zone, and with Alfred Hitchcock classic.
Sends the ball into the swats it away. Thomas.
Yeah, Twilight Zone is
Pippen.
it's one of those anthology shows, kind of like Black Mirror, where every episode is something different. Every episode is not related, you know. That's Elijah Wan right there.
Is on the way. The Raptors in the lead by 15. Piakowski gets the ball in the big time block. Williams.
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica, there was an original TV show in the 70s, I think. And then there was a reimagined show in the early 2000s.
Moving up.
And I think I saw the reimagined TV show before I really knew about the older one. So there's some major differences, but I think that they do a good job of connecting the two series.
With a turnaround. With the offensive
Because there's actors from the old series in the reimagined series. And then some of the ship designs are the same in the reimagined series, or just the older versions of the ships. So I think
Piakowski.
Battlestar Galactica did a good job of combining both the new stuff and the old stuff.
Piakowski. Olajuwon.
Somebody has got to make a move to the hoop.
The rebound to Jones. Clark. Pippen.
And it was kind of at a time when
Knocks down the 8-footer. The Raptors.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of TV shows nowadays, at least a lot of that I've seen,
Williams.
the way they're written is just
Thomas.
I guess this goes for movies too.
Carter.
They're like overly witty.
Cleans up the glass. Brings it to the attack
There's
court.
like too much cutesy humor. And I think it's partially just because that's the way younger people kind of think nowadays. And so, because those are the people that are up and coming and
Thomas.
taking a lot of the writing positions available,
12 points.
you start to see that.
The Raptors.
Just not a fan of the wittiness, the
Moves up.
cutesy humor,
Jones. 3 ball.
they make people sound like they're all from California, you know.
That's his first
I
block
just,
of the game.
I can't stand when dialogue sounds like that.
Pippen.
So Battlestar Galactica, like a lot of older TV shows, is
Thomas.
kind of written with a little bit more gravitas, I would say.
Isley. Sends the ball into the paint. Got a piece
Black
of
Mirror is good, but messed up at the same time. I can see the similarities with Twilight Zone.
that. Tonight he is shooting.
Definitely Twilight Zone was a trendsetter back then. Oh yeah.
Olajuwon.
If you think about it, Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark are kind of children's versions of anthology shows.
Isley.
And yeah, Black Mirror,
Gets his shot.
I've seen a few stuff, and
Piakowski.
it makes you mad sometimes because of how stupid the people are in those shows. Like, they do really dumb things that get them in these really crazy situations. But Twilight Zone was,
33. 50. Toronto. Willis.
I guess Twilight Zone was always about,
Carter.
there's always like a,
Recovers the ball. With the off-balance shot.
it seemed like there was always a moral to the story, you know.
The Raptors.
And I don't know if Black Mirror is the same way,
Langdon.
if they're just about showing you
Williams.
people in really crappy situations.
Williams. Langdon. Sundov.
But yeah,
It's time to get something going. Let's see what they can
it's the
pull
same kind of show structure.
Nesby.
I would go Sopranos, The Office, and Game of Thrones.
with the spin.
Okay.
Williams gets it out to Williams.
I guess
Carter finds his man in the lane.
I remember a long time ago, my friend, we would watch Parks and Recreation.
Sundov shoots the jumper.
And I'm not huge into sitcoms,
4 field goals.
but I did like the character of Ron Swanson.
35-52. Toronto
Anytime that Ron Swanson was in it,
swipes the ball
it was
away.
usually a decent episode.
Murray puts up a shot as time expires.
Sopranos, I haven't seen that yet, actually.
And with the sound of the
It's
buzzer,
pretty popular show, I guess.
the Raptors come out on top at the end of this.
And The
last
Office.
The final score 52-37.
Um,
The Cavaliers take a tough loss at home. Stewart
I think I've liked what I've seen from The Office.
Exceptional basketball
I haven't seen all of it,
all the
but
bases by scoring, rebounding, dishing out the dimes, and
it's kind of cool how they have the Office setting.
the Cavaliers. It just seems as though they're going through the motions of playing. a
Although
game.
Office
They're
Space, the
committing too
movie,
many mental errors, they're taking bad
I
shots.
think is like
These
a
guys have
good
to get
condensation
back
of all
together
that,
and
you
come
know.
up with a new game plan.
This is Brett Musburger along with Stuart Scott saying
Good
so
kid
long
shows,
and
not
good night.
woke.
You've been watching ESPN.
Yeah.
The worldwide leader
Those
in
are the
sports.
older-
For more, log on
older
to
shows.
ESPN.com. You're watching the NBA on
So
ESPN.
pretty devastating win here by Toronto. Keon Clark scored 12. Kenny Thomas scored 12. Pippen and Carter only 2 points. Howard Isley scored 10 points. Jerome Williams 8. Pfizer scored nothing. Huge win here. And I think we have time for just one more. And it'll probably be a blowout against Atlanta. But after Atlanta, we have 4 games. So if we win out, we have the chance to go 10-4. So let's just check the free agent spot, or free agents. Nothing here. Or nothing new, at least. Wonder how these 20 guys make it into the league. And now we are at number 9. That was a pretty big jump. Okay, so things are kind of starting to sift out a little bit here. Alright, let's just go straight into the Atlanta game. I don't expect this will be a very hard game, considering that we just beat number 1 handily. But it seems like Milwaukee and Detroit are just tougher teams. Like they have a tougher roster.
Good evening to everyone tuning in. Live from Atlanta, it's the NBA on ESPN. This is Brett Musburger, along with my co-anchor, Stuart Scott. The Atlanta Hawks take on the Toronto Raptors. And now for the PA announcement.
Also like a couple animated shows. Batman the Animated Series. I'm not really big into superheroes or anything like that. But the cool thing about Batman the Animated Series, the one that came out in the early 90s, I think, or the mid 90s, I think. First thing is that they used music from Batman the movie, which was like the the Batman with, I think, Michael Keaton. So it has the Danny Elfman style Batman music. And then the animation style is also very cool. But what's cool about it is the visuals. It's like an Art Deco. It's like a modern Art Deco kind of visual style. Because it looks like it's like 1920s, 1930s, or 40s, but they have computers and stuff. Which is pretty cool. And it tries very hard to be, and succeeds into being like a very vintage style show. So it's also kind of episodic in that every episode tends to be its own little story. So if you like variety shows like that, where everything's not one drawn-out story, Batman the Animated Series is a pretty. It's a pretty good show.
Puts up a shot with the clock running down. Vaughn.
It has really cool visuals, good sound design. The voice acting is very good.
So far this season, he has a field goal percentage of 55%.
Nice job. They're not going to let them beat them. I like that attitude.
It has Mark Hamill as the Joker. Mark Hamill is the guy who played Luke Skywalker.
The ball into the paint. Blunt is hungry. A foul is committed.
You can see the pain on his face.
Comes to the line.
At the line, he shoots 2.
He misses his first.
Brick.
But it's a pretty light kind of show. Like,
He is 1 for 2. This season, his free throw percentage is 60.
and I guess it was technically considered a kid show, but you don't have to be a kid to really appreciate it.
Blunt yanks down the defensive rebound. Vaughn sends it out to Terry, coming in hard.
But it does a good job of.
To pressure that guy more.
It does a good job of balancing
Lead by 7.
more mature themes with kind of more of a light-hearted approach, to where it's not like overbearingly depressing to watch it.
My man really sees
That's a big problem in a lot of TV shows. I guess if it's a kid show, it's not a real fair comparison.
Blunt with the off-balance shot. Brings it to the attack court.
Batman always has good storylines.
Carter
Yeah, supposedly
out to Clark. Isley.
Supposedly, Batman was a total ripoff of The Shadow, which
Brings it up court. Abdurrahim.
I don't know if it's absolutely true, but
Blunt.
it seems like it.
Vaughn. Abdurrahim.
I actually have some radio dramas here
Nesby.
of The Shadow.
Clark.
They're on cassette. And The Shadow was like a very early, Batman.
Terry.
Very similar kind of thing,
Got it.
in that the
The Raptors down by 2. Williams.
I think the main character is Lamont Cranston. I think he is the Shadow. And the Shadow is like this.
Richardson. Comes in for Isley.
The way I understand it is that the Shadow is kind of like this force that does evil upon evil people, kind of. And the famous quote from the Shadow is, I think it's backwards, is, who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men.
Blunt.
But it's a really old,
Passes it into
I mean, it's like from the 30s or 40s.
Oh, that was a fat dunk by my dog.
It's kind of like one of the first superheroes in a way.
Richardson. Williams.
But yeah, the Shadow,
Throws up a tough one.
kind of cool.
That was a good shot.
I think it's kind of funny that Batman
Lopez. Terry.
had this whole thing against guns.
It counts and a foul.
But if you look at some of the earliest drawings of Batman, he uses guns. It's kind of funny.
Not good. This season he has a free throw percentage of 89.
But as a character in Batman the Animated Series, I think he's pretty good.
Gets it out to Richardson. Not this time. What was that?
It's just a very cool world that they built in that show.
Lopez. Vaughn.
But it has that sort of vintage feel to it.
He goes for three. Swishes the shot.
Sweet.
The Raptors.
Yeah, if you want a YouTuber that knows a lot about the Shadow,
Into Carter.
there's a channel called The Rageaholic.
Carter to Nesby.
He also goes by the name Razor Fist. You may or may not know him,
Into the first quarter.
but he knows a lot about the Shadow. And he has a couple of videos called the Shadow Cast, all about the Shadow. And it seems like every other live stream, somebody mentioned something about the Shadow, so he knows a lot about the Shadow. And pretty much everything that I know about the Shadow comes from him, so. Let's see. Guess I'll get Pippen back in. This game has been a little bit closer than I thought it would be. Q Richardson. Let's get Isley back in.
And now we are set for the second quarter. The Hawks up by 3. Isley shoots it over the block.
Isley's sinking a three-pointer.
My man's shooting touch is straight silk.
So
I
far,
think
he
he's
has
been the
scored
most consistent
6 points.
three-point shooter that we've had other than Bukowski.
The game is tied at 16. Terry nails a 2. So far he has scored.
Which, now that I think about it, it kind of would have been cool to see the computer use Bukowski.
With a 15-footer off the board, it gets 2.
Might have gotten a lot more three-pointers.
The game is tied at 8.
But I guess he went to Cleveland.
Lopez finds his man in the paint. Crazy out.
Nice jam.
Heck, if I really wanted to, could probably get him
Has
back.
scored 9 points.
But
Lopez comes up with a steal.
his whole value was at 84 three-point rating, which he doesn't have anymore.
Vaughn.
Oh, that was a really bad pass.
Violation. You have to be aware of where you are on the court.
I'm a manager at a storage facility, and we do moving, and somebody that gave me and my helper a $40 tip is all of a sudden saying there's scratches and stuff when there's only one scratch.
20.
Oh.
Blunt sends the ball into the paint. Score it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff can be difficult,
The Raptors.
because it's kind of like a
Brings it to the attack court
he said, she said kind of game.
with the 22-footer. They can't keep him off the glass. Yes.
Working in like previous customer service style jobs,
Full timeout is called by
you know, when you're dealing with, you know, customer property, and you really have to be meticulous about documenting the condition that it comes in, and then
2.5 minutes
making sure the customer
In your face, tough
is aware of the condition that it arrives in.
Carter
Like when I fix cell phones,
gets it out to Clark.
when we would get a customer phone, we would,
Nesby.
you know, test it, document it,
Isley.
and then if we noticed any kind of issue that could be a problem later on,
Abdurrahim.
we would tell them beforehand.
Vaughn.
We noticed this, and that before we ever, you know, actually
Knocks in at 2.
try to do any, you know, invasive
Raptors down by 2.
repairs on the phone.
Finds his man in the
Because if you don't do that, then the customer can just say, well,
Carter.
it was, it wasn't broke before, but now it is.
Foul is committed. That was
So, you need to give me stuff,
checks
or
out. Richardson.
give me a new phone or my money back or whatever.
Blunt.
And it's probably not out of malice that they're like that.
The ball away.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
He is causing some serious havoc out there.
people just sometimes don't know the condition of their own stuff.
Remaining in the first half. With the spin. Williams. With the swipe.
That's his second
So-
block of the game.
Nesby.
And that's normal in the moving industry. Some people, I tell you,
Will let it go with the clock running low.
100% have to take pictures and stuff. Yeah, you really do.
Terry. Blunt.
And you almost have to do it in front of them.
Pops the jumper.
That way they can't deny that
Toronto.
you took a picture after something happened, Some people can be a little
Goes to
overly
the line.
protective or meticulous about that kind of stuff,
He makes the first.
which is understandable. People don't want their stuff to get damaged, but at the same time,
Gets both in this season. His
You
free
know,
throw percentage is at
if you're not bad at your job, then they just need to calm down.
Nesby. Thomas with the J. Nails a two.
The only problems I've ever had with customers is
Abdur-Rahim.
uh,
Jammed it in the basket.
You know what, Brent? My man can flat get up.
them getting upset
Into
about
the attack court. Nesby.
some factual information that I gave them,
Isley.
and I guess they weren't happy about the way I said it.
Look at that D. Great job. They gave them nothing to look at.
I remember a couple times it was like
Terry.
I'd just be, working in the back by myself, and then
It's a good thing the backboard didn't break with that shot.
Ian, the manager, would say, hey, this customer made a complaint that
The Raptors.
you
down by
told them
6.
this thing in a certain way.
Willis.
Like,
Richardson.
I'm sorry that they,
15-footer. It rattles out. He follows up nicely.
can't handle me telling them that their phone is broken or their stuff can't be repaired.
Only a
I'm
few
pretty
seconds
diplomatic, I'm pretty sensitive to tone and stuff.
left. Abdur-Rahim.
I don't baby talk to people, but I
Puts up a shot as time expired.
just tell them the condition of their stuff,
A tight game so far.
and people get offended, I guess. Some people are just looking to get offended, It's not really something I need to. It's not something that I need to really worry about. They're trying to get more than what they paid for. That's possible too, There's probably customers out there that think they know all the tricks to getting free stuff. I never understood that mindset, I don't know why people can't just engage in business in a way that's sustainable for everyone. Because if everyone did that, then everything would just fall apart. But they feel like they gotta get ahead somehow, Please leave Carter in. Maybe because it's going off a condition. We'll switch Willis for Pfizer. Pippin. SB. I think this setting is messing it up. Okay, so this game's a little closer than I thought it was going to
We're
be.
set for the second half. The Hawks in the lead.
I did that job last week, and all of a sudden complaints. Makes no sense.
The Hawks lead
Yeah,
by 2.
it's harder when it's farther from when you did the job,
Throws up a tough one. With the 2.
because then
So far he
you know,
has
there's
scored.
more time for uncertainty. You don't know what's happened since then.
Pippen passes the ball into the paint. Thomas with a 3-second violation.
It's kind of like
You can't
a whole
put your
warranty
dick in the
thing. That's kind of the realm of warranties. You know, if something happens within a certain time period, then we'll cover it. But if not, then it's on you. So I wonder if there are any kind of warranties or anything like that in the moving industry.
Thomas. Carter.
I don't know if that takes the form of like insurance,
Thomas.
moving insurance. I don't know how that works.
Isley.
Time to go to the basket. Too much passing around.
Come on, Pippen.
Puts up a shot with the clock running down.
God.
Dribbling up the floor. Williams. Lopez. Williams. Solomon. It's good. The Raptors down by 8. Pippen.
Let's go, Pippen.
Isley. Pfizer. Pippen. Rejected.
Ooh.
Into Isley. Gets the ball out to Pfizer.
Go do something.
It's time to get something going.
Pippen
Let's
from
see what they
3.
pull off.
And he misses.
Moves up. Is showing us
Good
some
interception
ballsy ball
there.
handling. Isley. Pfizer. Isley. Pippen. Around the perimeter to Isley.
That was an easy steal.
Another mistake.
Williams. Finds his man in the paint. The rebound by Thomas. Pippen. Back out to Thomas. The rebound to
Just spoke to the
Pippen.
big boss. It's fine.
And the three-point bomb
That's good.
with the off-balance shot. Gets a deuce. The Raptors now have 30
I
points.
guess the sign of a good boss is someone who can shield all of their employees
The Hawks
when they have
by
to.
6.
Because that will kind of create a
Blunt.
sense of loyalty.
Vaughn.
If you
Blunt.
feel like your boss never sticks up for you, protects you,
Blunt.
in cases where it's appropriate,
Blunt.
then
Time to go to the basket. Too much pass. Good
that makes
transition
for a
defense.
workplace that I feel like no one
Nesby.
is really loyal.
Passes it into the lane. Carter.
Or it just feels kind of like foreign, you know?
Blunt. He ran out of room. You can't do that once you've crossed the line.
It's one reason why I don't like working for other people. I like working for people that I know,
Williams.
because it feels like I can at least contribute to their projects or whatever they're doing,
Isley.
which is different than working for,
Passes
like,
it into-
I don't know,
swats it away.
Walmart or whoever,
Dribbling up the
whatever
floor.
multinational corporation you're working for.
Gets the ball out to Crawford. Vaughn. Sends it out to McLeod. And he spins.
I do prefer to work for people that I know, if not for myself.
With a big time block.
Come on, Carter.
Isley.
Come on, Isley.
Clark.
See, in a moment like that, they need to score quickly.
That ball almost exploded.
But they wait for the whole defense to show up,
Crawford. Vaughn.
and then they score again.
The Raptors down
It's a
by
bit of a
8.
letdown after a strong win against Cleveland.
Sends the ball into the paint. Scores a 2.
More D.
So that's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, they signed the waiver that one scratch is just driving her crazy, and it's small, but she's a Karen. Yeah, I hear there's a lot of those around. Williams. Let's get Thomas back in there. One drop of paint and it's fixed. It's actually a joke. But yeah, picture is good, sir. Oh. Yeah, that'd be even worse if it was just like a tiny scratch. Like a scuff.
They're passing the ball too much. Somebody's got to shoot.
Off the glass and gets two.
I mean, you kind of have to make exception for, you know, small margin of error just because of the nature of what you're doing. You know, you're moving stuff a lot. But, you know, people are more sensitive to stuff like that than others. I think you just got unlucky and got one that complained.
The Hawks lead by 6. Henderson.
Need to make the playoffs. Can't be in between.
McLeod. He doesn't get the roll.
Yeah.
It's an air ball. Brings it to the attack court. Isley.
Yeah.
And throws it into the paint. Scores a 2.
It's interesting though because
Nesby. So far he has scored.
as far as I know, Atlanta is not a super strong team right now. But we beat Cleveland. They're number 1.
The Hawks lead by 4.
Cleveland doesn't seem to have the strongest roster, but they're the best statistically. And we beat them twice, I think. And then we lose to Detroit and Milwaukee, who are both strong teams. And then I think we obliterated Atlanta last time. But now they seem to be doing pretty well. I don't know if they've acquired any more players or what the deal is.
2.5 minutes.
Or maybe they just had a bad game last time.
Passes it in. Denied. Vaughn. With a 2. The Hawks lead by 8. Moves up. Williams into Nesby with the layup.
Oh, that was a nice dime.
The Hawks lead by 6. McLeod. Abdurrahim. Oh,
Big dunk by Raheem.
Have you ever heard louder fans?
That guy was trying to break the rim.
The Raptors down by 8. Williams
So we're down by 8 with 2 minutes left. I don't know.
finds his man in the lane. Swishes the shot.
Good shot by Nesby at least.
Single miss from this guy yet.
Nesby. So far he has scored 12 points. Blunt. With a 15-footer. With the offensive
Somebody get a block.
McLeod.
Come on.
Lets it go.
Man, that was like 3 times and they missed all of them.
Carter.
Let's see some of that 90 overall, Vince Carter.
Isley. Clark. With the 22-footer. Abdurrahim.
Come on, we need to shoot in close.
Moving up. McLeod.
Now we need to play defense again. We're still down 6.
Abdurrahim. Blunt. Gets his
Good
shot
defense. Let's get the
rejected.
ball.
Carter.
Come on.
Williams. Carter.
Big dunk by Vince Carter right there.
He was helpless on that one.
So far, he
Boom.
has scored 6 points.
Still down 4, which is
The Raptors
manageable
down by 4.
if we can get the ball quickly.
Abdurrahim.
And he dunks it. Oh, it gets blocked.
Covers the ball.
But they still have it.
Terry. Abdurrahim.
And he gets it this time.
Oh, that was a fat dunk.
He won't be denied twice, apparently.
The fans sure are getting into this one.
The Raptors down by 6.
I guess it's
Clark. Isley.
Not a lot of sense of urgency right now.
Clark denied.
Come on.
Blocked so far in this game.
It's a beauty from 20.
Wish that was a three-pointer, but I guess we'll take it. Still down by 4.
The Raptors.
And they're going to sit on the ball now.
Blunt.
They're not even past half court yet.
Terry passes it into Lopez.
Come on.
Vaughn into Lopez with the spin.
Well, they can just sit on the ball
5
here.
seconds.
Do get an out of bounds,
Toronto.
but with 4 seconds, the most we could probably get is within 1 point. They score a 3-pointer. They're going to take forever.
Puts up a shot as time expired.
Man.
That's it. Game over. Well, folks, that was another exciting game brought to you by
Okay, so we lose that one 44 to 48.
and the Raptors lose a close one on the road.
It's a kind of an unexpected
More games like this, and I won't
showing
ever
by
cut my
Atlanta.
fingernails again. This is the type of game that the fans come out to see. The Raptors have
This
to
time
play
Nesby
more
was
as a
the big
team
scorer.
and get everybody involved in the offense and defense.
The final score, 48-44. For Stuart Scott, this is Brian Musburger. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
You've been watching
Tyrone Nesby
ESPN,
with 12
the
points.
worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to
Well, that was a disappointment. I think it'd be fun to play as the Suns in this game. Might do that at some point later on. Okay, so we're sitting at 5-5, so the best we can do is a 9-5 record. Let's take a look at the standings and see where things are. So we're still at number 9. I mean, number 8, sorry. It's actually kind of, wait, no. That's it. Yeah, so we are, yeah, we're number 15. That seems more like it. We're number 15. And we are playing who next? Chicago, Indiana. Indiana playing them almost twice in a row. Alternating. So Chicago, Indiana, and Charlotte. Football record. Yeah, that's kind of why I like the 14 game schedule, is that it makes more sense to me because I've always played football games. I can't even fathom an 82 record. Like, what? They're 45 and 30? What? What does that even mean? And for a video game, there's no reason, unless you want to be hardcore sim, there's no reason to play 82 games in a single season. Unless you're going to sim them. I like the 14 game format. Alright, so was it Chicago? So Chicago's number 5. No. In the league, Chicago's number 6. Indiana is number 25, so, and then Charlotte is okay, so Chicago might be a tougher game, but we do have 2 games against Indiana and 1 against Charlotte. So if we lose against Chicago, that'll put us at 5-6. But I'm pretty confident that we can beat Indiana twice and Charlotte once. So that'll put us, I'm hoping worst case scenario, what, 8-6? Which may or may not be enough for the playoffs. It's 82 games because Las Vegas said so, pretty much. Huh. I guess there's a lot of money interest there. What really gets me is like baseball. They play at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. It's like, who's watching this game? Baseball, 162 games. Yeah. I feel bad for the pitcher's arm. It's just constantly slinging that ball. In the 8th seed at the moment. I guess I don't know how to tell the playoff situation. Dang. All three of our guys are up there on double clutch. So I guess I'll just check the... Always got to take a peek at the free agency. There's probably not anything there. Familiar faces. Gamblers watch the 2 p.m. games. Oh yeah, that's true. That makes sense. I noticed the Cubs play a lot of early games. But yeah, it's just weird to see like professional baseball teams playing at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday and there's like 5 people in the stadium. Just wondering, is this profitable? Is this, should this franchise move somewhere else? But then during like the playoffs and the World Series, it's all packed. So maybe that's when they make all the money. I don't know. Don't know. But I think that's gonna do it for me. We finished 5-5. Next games are against Chicago, Indiana, Charlotte, and Indiana, and then we'll see how the playoffs turn out. So thank you, Patrick G Mafia, for stopping by. Always appreciate you in the chat. But that's gonna do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.
Game and earn much fame. Cut the record in a second. Up in hip hop, I can now